Hello, Samar. Are you here?
Hello.
Yes. How are you?
I'm good, thank you, Muriel. Thanks for your time. Hi, everyone.
So, can we see you, or we can see you, or you just go
I
directly?
can see you, and I can definitely see you all. Just
We
trying
can
to
see
see
you.
why my screen isn't working.
Yay! How are you?
I'm trying to hide myself. I had a very bad day with shaving.
Okay. Okay. Some days
It
like
just
that
went to the
happen.
disaster.
That's okay. That's okay, Samar. Don't worry. You're still very nice looking. Don't worry about that. So anyway, so Samar, I've met Samar through a really good friend of mine, Tammy, who is all about healthy products. We help a lot. We heal a lot of people together, her and I, when people have cancers and stuff like that. Or we also do ceremonies about the stars, full moon, and stuff like that. So I've known Tammy for a long time, and she has been a good friend, and we always have fun. And she knows a lot of people. She's part of all different circles everywhere. And she has met Samar, and Samar did an interview, and we just started to hit it off and talk and start talking about different things. And then I went to see Tammy, and I'm talking about to Tammy what I'm doing with the elites and saying, okay, I want to do products online and stuff like that. And she just freezes and she said, sorry. And I said, yeah, I'm doing all that because I want to create passive incomes and products. I've already started with Kyle and Madeline. It's really awesome and stuff like that. She said, seriously, I'm doing this thing, I'm doing this platform that is going to be awesome with Samar, and you're going to see there's so many things and it's absolutely amazing and stuff like that. And then I go back to Samar, and then we talked about it, and Samar is going to explain everything that is in this platform. It's amazing. I just love it.
Sure, thank you. Before I begin, a little bit about me. I have been into, my background is basically IT. I guess that's quite obvious as soon as you see an Indian. It's associates with us. So my background is in IT. I used to work as a project manager for Optus AMP, and I worked that for around 15 years. Then I did a lot of self-study. I traveled around, and I pretty much spent gazillion of dollars to learn everything I needed to learn about online marketing. And I started my own company called Promience, which is an IT company, which is an editor, which basically creates softwares. And if you ever wanted to create your own websites, funnels and all, it does it all. It's similar to Wix, but I believe it's way better. But what happened was after that, I found drop shipping. I started learning about drop shipping around 4 years ago. I started drop shipping and I started making six-figure incomes through that. And after around 2 years ago, I started teaching about drop shipping to everyone. And because of my IT background, because of the things I've learned about in marketing as well as drop shipping, I was able to help all my students to do drop shipping as well. But during the same time, there was an opportunity to come and talk about teaching in public to everyone else in the open platform. That's where Tammy came up. Tammy told me about this idea about a marketplace. I said, why not? I understand e-commerce because I do run a couple of websites which are e-commerce related. I teach drop shipping, so I understand what drop shipping works like. Affiliate marketing is common sense, and I've done that over the years. So I combined all that, got my team into Promience, and we ended up building a marketplace which captures everything. And how does it do that? I'm going to just show you now. Muriel, can you give me access to? Oh, yeah, you already done that this time.
Yeah.
No worries. Thank you. Give me 1 second. I'm about to share my screen to you. So can you guys let me know if you can see my screen? So if yeah, all good. Cheers, no problem. So this is Zanara, and I am running. This is not a live website, even though it's a copy of a live website. I'm running it on a dummy so that I can show you guys, because I don't want to screw the live website right now. So basically, what happens is this is Zanara. Everything you see on the front page is all advertisement. So yes, even though we capture the top products, but you can also advertise on up here. Every time we capture featured shops, you can advertise here, blogs, everything is advertisement. If you're seeing a couple of broken links, as I said, it's a dummy. It's running on a Sandstorm software. It's not a live. So you might see a couple of broken links like this. That said, I'm just going to go dig straight into and explain you guys a little bit. So basically, if you ever wanted to join Zanara, the best way to do this, click open a shop, and I will open up a shop. My suggestion to all of you, don't do that. The reason is because with Muriel, There is a link we are in process of creating. Once you join through that link, you get 3 months of free access, and there's nothing to pay for. But if you join through here, it's hard for us to take you back up there because the system already recognizes you. So do not join. But in general, this is the place you join. Once you have registered a basic process, it will ask you, I will give you a login details. You log in from here, assuming I've logged in, and it will open up a dashboard, which should look quite similar to that. But what will happen is the first page that opens up when you open up a dropship will be this page. That's the first page that opens up. The reason is because it wants you to set your shop up. Basically, you can select the name of your shop, which could be either your username or your name. This is also the one you select when you're registering. Tells you your name. The reason we need date of birth, because with some payment gateways, you do need the date of birth before the transaction can happen. So we do require that. Your phone, your country of origin, a bit of detail if you wanted to. If you don't want to give, that is all well, and what kind of services you're providing, and your bank detail. Again, coming back depends on how you're going to take your money out, how you want that money. We do need the bank detail, and it works for globally. So it doesn't matter which part of the world you.
Samar, can we use our TransferWise bank accounts in that one?
I will come back to that. I will explain you all those things you can use, but there's a process to do that. Okay. When you say TransferWise, it's just a payment gateway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not a merchant gateway. So TransferWise is only used to transfer money from one country to another. Okay. That's it. So even if we use TransferWise, we'll still need your bank name, we'll still need your account numbers, details to be able to use that. Mm-hmm. Now, if you ever wanted to close the shop or do anything, these are the simple process. You asked us to remove your data, we will actually remove everything we have. We don't want to hold your stuff if you don't want to be here. It's as simple as that. The other thing it will do is once you do that, it will ask you to manage your shop, which is enter your shop details. Now up here you have your shop identifier, which is your shop name, your shop your shop URL address. So you can have the same name, you can have different, whichever it is, but this becomes your direct link to your shop. Postcode, country, pretty standard stuff. Now you'll see language data up here. Right now there's only English, but 4 other languages are coming: Italian, German, Spanish, and Arabic. They are coming soon, and what you'll be able, it will auto translate. So there's nothing you need to do. But let's say if you were fluent in French more than in English, then you can just use French in the drop down and you can start filling it in French. And the system will auto update it later once those things are activated. Now, this section is very important for 2 obvious reasons. First, it gives you the full access about your shop. You can select your own payment policy. You can select your own delivery policy, refund policy, and every other information you want to give to the seller before they make a purchase. Because what will happen is, I'll show you later on, when you're loading a product, there's an option which comes in where you have to select whether you want your shop to be accessed on the policies you have set up or the Zenara marketplace. So the marketplace has its own policy of how the cancellation works, how the delivery works, how the refund works, which is pretty standard like to everything. But if you have an extra policy attached to it, if you have your own policies, do add it up here, because then when a customer buys it and you activate that, he adheres to your policy, not our policy. It bypasses us. So when the cancellation or any other process takes place, legally we'll have to go have a look and say, okay, he's adhered by X policy, your policy or our policy, and we have to deal accordingly. So this is very critical, very important. If we have those, please do enter it. If you guys don't know your policy, remind me a little later. I'll tell you a website where you can actually generate all your terms and condition policies, refund everything, and it's an automated website. It does it pretty much to an extent free for you. Otherwise, it's just a $10 cost. Return address is basically, we just need the PO box. So in case there's a return process, the system needs to know where it's getting to so that it can give a code to the customer. That's much how it's going to cost for the return, depending on the policies that are set. Media is where you load up your logo. This is a logo area. where you can select the different ratios of the logo, and you can select your logo. This is basically a banner, and you can change your banner for iPad and mobile, and that's pretty much, or you can have the same one. If you wanted the same, it will be the same. If you wanted different, you can select the different ones. Again, if you wanted different logos in different languages, you can even select that once those are available, or you can keep it same. Collection is more like, imagine it like a folder or filter area within your shop. So with the more collection, if you have products like, let's say you have a set of oils and you have a set of hand sanitizers, so you can put them in 2 different collections within your shop. It just makes life easy for someone who's searching it, if they wanted to use a shortcut. Social platform is where you load all your links so that you can brand and market your own company better. So it's simple. You click on the social link. It's an Insta, so you put Instagram, you put your URL, which is Instagram / whatever your URL address is for your shop. Select the icon for Instagram and press save, and it will save it. Now I'll show you how it looks like. Just while I do that, this top section, you see these are basically the shortcut. This will take you back to your dashboard. This will take you to the Zanara homepage. That takes you to your shop homepage. This is a messaging system. When someone buys a product or a customer has a question to you, they can message you and it will come up here and you can respond back. So it's just a way to avoid emails. Why go search emails when you can do everything here? And this one takes you directly if you want to change all your details. So I'm just going to click here to show you how the shop looks like. So this will be your shop, your banner, your logo pops up. If you have social media attached, all your social media will be attached. Any products which are loaded, products get loaded up here. All the categories comes up here so that they can search accordingly. Depending on your products, it will auto-generate the pricing and you can select the pricing. If you have multiple brands, you can add brands into the shop and it will search for a brand. Now you see a thing called condition. On the site, you can actually load new, refurbished, and used type of conditions. And if you have those will start popping up depending on your shop. Your top products is something you select. If there's none selected, like up here, I'm pretty sure we haven't none, so it will say there's none selected. So it's something which depends on the sale as well as what you have selected. Review is as simple as review. When a customer buys from you, they can give you a rating. Now, just to be very clear, the only people who can rate your shop are the people who have actually bought a product from your shop. If they haven't bought a product, they cannot rate. And the only time they can rate is when the whole deal is complete. So I will take you detail how the order processing system works. But once the order says completed, is basically the delivery is done, and then they can come and review. We also know that there has been instances in other shops, and I've seen over the years that sometimes someone who doesn't like you will purposely go open up an account, buy from you just to give you a bad rating. If that happens, we have an ability at the back end to delete that particular comment or fix your rating up. But that needs to follow a structural process. There's a legal process to be followed by it goes by New South Wales laws, and we do follow that. So we can help in that. That's not an issue. Coming back up here. Once we have said all that, what you will see, certainly, the shop will take you to a place called subscription packages, because it needs to understand what subscription packages you think. Now, to start with, you don't have to worry about that because you will be getting 3 months free. Well, once that has happened, it will come up back again. If it's expiring, it will ask you which one you want, and you just select, and it just takes you there. Your subscription list, all the subscriptions you have bought so far over the years are up here. You can simply print this out and give it to your accountant, and he can do your BAS statement if you wanted to do that, just to make life easy. Any offers, any subscription offers we give you over the years will pop up here. As I said, the first subscription offer, if you decide to join, which would be 3 months, it won't be here because your whole site will be automatically assessed in a way that it would be you will be granted 3 months credit. So you don't have to pay anything up there. Enough of money talk. Now coming back to something main, where actually the money works. How do you make money? Now, products is a section where you load all your products and you manage all your products. Now, hypothetically, if you ever wanted to go and want to start selling a product, want to start selling something, you just have to load. Just simple, create load product. It will ask you a few things like an identifier or product name and details. Now, product identifier is very important. Now you can use your SKU if you want up here, or you can put your name of the product or whatever. The reason this is important for two purposes. On the platform, there are around 8,000 products right now. Now, if someone makes a complaint and if goes say, hey, this oil didn't go fine, I can't physically go and tell that which oil unless I dig through 10 different steps to figure out which shop was selling that oil in from where. But if you have a product identifier, as soon as someone complained, as soon as an issue raises up, it loads up with the identifier. It becomes very easy for us to have one click and we know what's going on. So it's easy for us to know. That's why it's there, but it's also easy for you to know which product is going on and what customer is related to that. If you have a physical product, it's physical. If you have a digital product, you can even load digital product. If it's a service, you can load the service as a digital product as well. If you're providing a service along with the product, because there are some products which include servicing. Now, brand is, as I said, this is where you can add your brand. If you have products which are in your own brand, all you got to do is request for brand. And let's say, I'll say, the only reason I'm writing Sunglass Hut because I just saw this. I couldn't think of anything else. It's just, so you say request, and because it's in a language brand, you do the request again and you update. And if you have your own logo for the brand or graphic, you can add that. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm just going to say, right? That's done. What you'll realize is automatic. So if I do that, it will show up my brand straight away. If I'm not, so you got to have a brand, something. Every product has a brand, even if it's not your brand. Anything you're selling, do that because it helps in filtration. It also helps in future for SEO and marketing, and I'll come to that detail a little later. Sorry. Now, product categories is a category under which the product sits. If it's an organic product, you just start typing organic, and will pop up. If it's a non-organic product or it's a natural product, then you type in natural, it will pop up. If for some reason you realize that your category isn't there, send us a message and we'll create a category straight away. The reason we haven't opened this for everyone is very simple, because if we let everyone create a category, this will turn into someone's desktop screen where there'll be too many folders and nothing to be able to manage. So, but it's very simple. Just send them a message through contact us and we'll create a category within seconds. Now, tax category is basic in Australia. Because you're all selling from Australia, then just select the tax and that will do the job. This is the basic as a GST. But if you're selling from Singapore or you're selling from any other country, I'll show you a place where you can actually edit and set the category according to the place you are. If you have a company in US, because a lot of us have, then every state in US has different tax brackets and you can adjust those as well for you. Minimum selling price. Minimum selling price is your wholesale price or what the price you want to sell your product to. Now, the reason it's up here is for two. First, coming down, I will show you how drop shipping works up here. And I'll also show you how you can do B2B, which is wholesale. And for both of them, that minimum price becomes critical. So do enter what your basic price is and go further. Your product is active, you want to be active, which is fair enough, you do that. Enter your product name, enter your URL, and I'll do that while I'm here. Test one. I just remember, hold on. Sunglass Hut. Let's say natural. if you have created a YouTube video to market your product, definitely use that. If you haven't, then as a marketer, I would suggest use companies like Fiverr. It costs you like $10 or $12 to create a video for your own product. Do that, because YouTube is the biggest search engine, not Google. YouTube is the biggest search engine. So you do that. And once you do that, once you have a video, once you load it up here, also tell us and email us that video, because what we will do on our end is when we market your product on our side, we will use that video as well to market. We will incorporate that. Then you just have your description. You do save and you go next. Now, attributes is specification, depends on what you're doing. If you're going to use the system to print labeling, then this comes in handy. If your products have multiple model numbers, then it comes in handy. But if it has nothing to do with that, usually it's irrelevant. Model number is basically, let's say I have a product which is the first version, and I say version 1 or whatever the model number is if it's a hardware product. Product warranty is in days. This is the important thing. It's in days, how much warranty you're giving. Always in days, not in months. So if I was giving, let's say, 1 day, I'll just type in month. If you want this product to be featuring within your shop, you just click yes. If not, just leave it. Is your project is eligible for free shipping? If it is, do that, and then that solves your shipping matter there. If not, then leave it empty. You cannot do cash on delivery because we have disabled. We don't want someone in France to buy a product and say cash on delivery while the product is sitting in US. This area is irrelevant if you're not printing the labeling. But if you're printing the labeling through a system, then you do write your product specification, you do write the value, and you can group them up against the same categories like oil, etc., etc., and you just press save and next. Now, I know I'm running through fast, but in case you haven't captured everything, do not stress, because all these videos are being built. All of these will be available on YouTube pretty soon on our channel. So if tomorrow you want to learn how to go back and do a particular thing, it will be up there. Otherwise, there's a customer service and there's a chat bot on the website. You connect to that, someone will get connected with you and help you out. Associated group basically means if you want to group 2 products together to be able to sell. Now, for example, I know there is an oil listed up here. So apparently not. But what usually happens is if you have 2 products in a similar category, and as soon as you start typing, it will pop up and you can select the products and you can tag them together. Tagging is important. Now, I'm not sure how many guys you where do you sell? I'm hoping you guys have their own website. Just curious. Are you selling through your own websites?
Yes, what we did is organize not only website and everyone is getting websites, but also Shopify, because that was the whole idea at the beginning for me to do it before I actually met you. So what I did is open all the shops and
okay, fair enough. Product tags, if you don't know how the right tags to use, now there are a couple of hints I can give. First, of course, if it's an organic, natural, you use all that tag. Let's say, well, I have anti-aging, so I'm going to use anti-aging for now. Let's say it's an anti-aging product. But the other thing you want to do is use Google keywords as your best friend. Search Google keywords and see what tags are being listed on the top within your product range. Use those keywords and start adding it, because when it comes to SEOs, any tag works will be attracted by Google and you'll start trending higher. Some simple tricks which I've learned through drop shipping. You go next. This is another key feature. When you sell a product, when you're doing something, you need to have the dimensions of that product, what you're sending to, and they're for 2 reasons. First, currently you have the shipping rates you have to enter manually, but we are in discussion with a company called ShipStations. Once they come on, they are building a piece of software for us. Once that gets integrated, if I was a customer buying a product, as soon as I enter my address and the shop has your address, it will pre-calculate according to the size how much it's going to cost for me to get that product. So you don't have to do all that shipping calculation manually. But till that time, this becomes manual. And the reason these have been forced is because tomorrow, the last thing we want is to go and tell all the shops to go fix this. So why not just load it in one go? So I'm just going to load something random up here. I can have a destination country, let's say Canada or whatever, or I can just say everywhere. Shipping company. Okay, well, there's DHL is already added. I can do that. I can select gold shipping 1 to 6 business days. Let's say I want to charge. Let's say I want to charge $10 for this product, or my calculation is. But what if a customer buys 2 or 3 products? Do I charge them $10 each for every product, or do I just charge them another couple of dollars? So depending on you, if I want to charge every time, just add in every item is an extra $10, and you just press save and next, and that will save your shipping cost in there. Once it's automated, it will automatically generate things. You don't have to worry about that because that's the link which will work at the back end. The shipping cost does come to you, but because it's an automated system, it calculates for you. It gives you a price, but at the end of the day, you'll have to go and ship it. Image, again, if you have a product which has images, load your images. You make sure your dimensions of the images are here. If you don't have the images in this size, a software called Irfan View, IRFAN VIEW, is a free software. It can resize your images depending on whatever size you want. It's pretty easy.
What was it called again? Sorry.
Irfan, IRFAN VIEW. But if you don't have an image, you want to create an image, Canva is one place to go. And if you don't want to use Canva, Shopify, I think, launched something a couple of days ago. We'll try and find out what it's called in a minute, and I'll tell you, which is similar to Canva. And my suggestion, Canva is free for, I think, 30 days if you go into a pro. So if you have some products, take some time out, register the pre version, load everything, and when you download it, use the transparent option because it removes the background, and then you can use it at multiple places, and you can use that 30 days, and then if you want to use it further, use it. Otherwise, you can go to the basic one. Also, again, language currently.
Samar, I just wanted to say that for the elites, if they start finding it complicated or whatever, do not worry. Rolly or the other guy that I'm also taking, they will help you to set that up. So do not panic.
No. Just giving a piece of advice. All good, no worries. And you just say finish, and that will save your product. Now remember, this just saves your product. And Tracy, that is very cute. It just saves your product. But if you look at it, this product has not been published yet. The way you need to publish it, because you need to set an inventory for that. So what you do is you click on this icon, which is a plus icon. It will open up the inventory setup. Now, if you want, the system can manage your inventory. If you don't want the system to manage inventory, that is fine itself, but the feature is there. So if you wanted to manage an inventory, you can say system should maintain my stocks. And if you want it to track the inventory, just say track my inventory, and when to notify. Let's say when 5 items are left or quantities left, notify me. Now, minimum purchase quantity is again for you. You can set it up as 1. You can set it up as whichever way you want, depending on what's the minimum you want to sell, or giving that capability. I'm just going to say 1 for the time being. Publish, absolutely. If you are not ready to publish, just say no, and you can come back and set this up to yes whenever you are. Condition, this is what I'm talking about: new, used, refurbished. Most of the time, most of the products will be new. There's hardly any product which is refurbished, but in case, who knows? So you select that part. Now, this is the most important thing in this whole page. If you uncheck this and you have a return and cancellation policy written on your shop, but if you untick this, it will by default take the cancellation policy off the system. It will ask you to enter according to what our policies, the number of return period days and the cancellation period days. And then if there's a complaint, it will go through our policy, not your policy. But if you have all those things ready, click here, problem solved. This will always be no because it's deactivated. Now this is for you. And tomorrow when you want to create a reporting, let's say a product costed me $10. I write in tell, I'm selling it for 15. Available quantity, how much do you have? Let's say I have 100, and this is your SKU. SKU is basically your own code. So I enter. If you want to give any special instruction or additional information to the buyer, this is your section where you add in and give them any instructions. Press save, the product gets saved, and it's live. So it's basically live right now, and we can go. Actually, I'll just refresh this. And there's my product. So it's live. If I wanted to make something, if there's a product I want to stop selling, but I don't want to delete it, just change the status to no, and it will stop the product. So it will take it off from the front end, but the details still remain there. If you ever wanted to edit the stock, again, there's an edit button. You can go and change pretty much anything in the values. Back to, now there are a couple of more things associated with that, which I'm going to take you, which is special price. Now let's say a special price comes in handy for two obvious reasons. First and most important, if there's a discount I want to set up, or if there's something special I want to give away. So I can select the product, and I can select the start date. A price start date could be today, could finish, let's say, a week. And I want to select a price, and I want to sell it for something for let's say I want to sell it for $1. Oh yeah, because I think I selected $0 for that price. I'll have to select a different one. Give me a second. I'll just go this. Okay. Tomorrow. So I'm going to sell it for $5. Press save. This is going to make me nuts.
Now don't go nuts on us. Huh? We need
I think. Sorry, I'm pretty sure it's on the dummy. That's why it's playing up. But you can select the price and you can go down, and it will create a special product price. But what it also does is, on a customer point of view, if I've seen your product and I like your product, I have saved it into my wish list. As soon as you do a special pricing, it sends me a notification that, hey, your wish list item is on sale. Would you want to buy it? And you can go and then it depends on me if I want to buy it or not. But it does enact something else as well. Volume discount is your B2B when you want to sell something in volume. Now, let's say my product is S1, and I know my minimum quantity was 100, but this is how much I want to pay in volume. If you buy minimum 10, I will give you a 10% off. And you press save, and that will create a volume discount. Pretty easy. So if someone selects 10, I will straight away create them a discount, and they'll be able to buy. Buy together products are if something you're going to package together. Like for example, if you're selling a mask and a sanitizer to the nowadays, then you can create a COVID pack, and you can just select, hold on, I want to sell, let's say this is a mask, and this is another one, and I say save. It will save you a set, and it will create a set. So what happens is when someone goes to buy one of these products, it will say, hey, why not buy this package? Because you can get two together, because you do need it. Related products a bit similar, but different in a sense that if a product doesn't fall into the same category, let's say anyone who's buying a mask might end up buying what do you call temperature checker. So it's something related. You can select, hold on, my product is, I'm selling, let's say I'm selling Brahma oil, and hey, because I'm selling oil, you might even drink tea, because I think you're going to be sitting somewhere in a spa and do that. okay, I'll create a thing, and that will create a related product. So when someone goes to try and buy that, they'll say people who have bought this have also bought this. Something you see normally in the shops. Now coming back up here, if you ever, and this is what you should do on a monthly basis, every month Google updates it. So if you can't do it basically weekly, every month there's a new data refresh on Google keywords. Use that to search your own products. You see what the top tags are, and you can come and change everything in one go up here. Rather than going product by product, you can just go up here, add, remove, change, and submit. It will keep freshening it up. So which means this is an updated SEO structure you have. Product options is something if you have products in multiple sizes. Let's say, I'll go mask again. I'll take that example. The mask can come into kid size or an adult size. You can already set that up. Hey, I'll set it up as a kid size or an adult size. You just have an option. You create an identifier and you press save. It will create 2 identifiers. And every time you try and add a product, it will give you by default instructions, but you can say it's one product shop as well. And you have 2 different sets of products.
There's a problem with your microphone. There's a problem with the microphone, Samar.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now it's good. Yeah.
Sorry for that. Okay. Tax categories. This is where I was telling you, depends on the country you are, you can pretty much change a lot of stuff. You can change the values of where you are, but by default, the system is 100% Australian, so it works on GST, so it's all there. So that is something you don't need to worry about. Orders is where all your orders come through. You can see everything up here with the order ID, order detail, quantity, amount, status. Now, there's nothing up here, but when it is, you'll be able to, it's a drop down and you'll be able to change the status. So if you have shipped, you can change it to shipped. The customer gets a notification that the order has been shipped. If you complete it, just say completed. Depending on what you're doing, you can do that. You can do that process. Cancellation request comes into cancellation folder. You can work around it depending on what your products are and how your cancellation policies are. If the customer isn't happy with that, they can approach us and then we'll go have a look and we'll pretty much follow what the processes are. So if your cancellation, if there's an item which says that there's no cancellation, if you buy there's no cancellation, then there's no cancellation, unfortunately. Order return is again another policy which depends on what your policies are set, how you've set it up. All those orders there's a request up here and you can change the status, whether you've approved, whether you've disapproved, and accordingly the system reacts to that. If you ever wanted to change your details, you can go into my account and you can change them. If you ever wanted to give someone else, let's say you are running the show and you have another couple of people who are your team members and you don't want to give them the admin right, this is a place where you can add more and more people within your shop as administrator. All you got to do is press that, enter the details and press save. It will send them a notification that they have been approved as a seller within your system, within your shop, and then they can use their credentials to log in. And you can actually check who's logged in and who's not. It gives you a statement in your, when you do the reporting, and I'll show you how it goes. Now, reports. This is where I believe it helps in the taxation and all that process, and it's done according to the Australian taxation strategies. Everything you sell, you can see up here. You can generate your report from the day you open the shop or within a period of the shop, or whatever you want from this. When you search it, it generates the whole thing, and you can simply export it into a CSV file, and that's it. It will tell you your refunded sales amount. If you don't want to do a lot of mathematicians, do everything you have, you print it, give it to your accountant or the tax agent, and he can clearly see what's going on, and he'll be able to do a return for you. Product performance report. Now, this is a very analytical tool, which I believe it should help you guys. What happens is every time your product is selling, it will tell you which one is the highest selling. It will gives you how many of people have actually wish list your product into their system, even if they haven't bought it. So if you wanted to sell them, send them a special offer, you can do that through a special offer section, and it will go through. The other one basically is pretty standard. It tells you what's your most refunded product, but again, it will still tell you your wish list. So if you can fix that, if there's a product which is giving you constant errors and you figure out what the error is, you can fix it and do that. Most wish list is simple wish list. So you'll tell you how many people have your product in their wish list statement, and you can accordingly, again, create special discounts and special offers and send it through. If you're using your product inventory, you can come here and manage everything about your product in one go, and you can change and edit. If you're managing your stock as well within the system, it will tell you what the stocks are. Once they go down, once there's a sale, it will start telling you what the profit you're making, profit margin you're making, how much stock it's available. So it reports everything for you, and it does it automatically depending on if we have activated product inventory and product stock take. If you haven't, then this will come up as blank and it won't give you any information. You can import and export. Basically, you can import up to 100 products in one go. If you have set it into the right SVA, so you can export them. And if you wanted to load somewhere else, it all does it with CSV file. And you can do that. Now coming to money, which is the bigger thing. But before that, I'm going to tell you one more feature, which is not directly relevant, but how it works. Let's say there's an item, you know it's selling hot, and you want to make sure you make more money out of it. So the way you do that is you contact us. You say that this is my dropship item. What we do that is we make that item available openly for everyone in the platform or every shop. So when you're going, once we do that, when you're loading a product, you'll see an option called, hey, this is a globally available product. And if as a shop owner, I want to load that product onto my shop, all I have to do is I have to just click a tick, and that product will get loaded into my system. But before it loads it into my system, it will ask me what price do I want to put it. So let's say your minimum price item, which you had selected at the start, was $10. And I want to add 5 on top. I can definitely use 5, just how the drop shipping system works. And I can sell it to whosoever I want. When a sale is made, my 5 remains with me, your team comes directly to you, and also you get the details of the customer and you can send them the package straight away, including the shipping costs, and everything comes to you. I keep my profit, rest goes to you. So I just become another, you become a drop shipper for another person. That's how, if you have products you want to sell it to each other or you want to share into the shops, you can do that process as well if it works. Money, where the magic happens, and the reason we all do what we do. This is where you see the money. This is where you see every transaction, or you can audit, you can create, you can print this if you wanted to. Every time there is a sale, the money comes and sits up here. Now you'll see it's in US dollars. It's because the currency of the shop is US dollars. It's a global platform, so the currency is US dollars. But depending on where I'm buying, I can change the currency. I can always on the front screen, I can actually say, I want to see in Indian rupees or Canadian dollars or euro, and it will change it for me. But when you load the product, always load the product in American dollars. The currency conversion happens automatic. You don't have to worry about it because it's connected to the Microsoft exchange rate, I think, which is actually an XE exchange, and it converts the currency for you. When you have the money, now currently on the dummy one, only payment payout is available, but Stripe, PayPal are connected. Braintree is coming. Authorize.net is about to come as well. So we're waiting for approval from Braintree and Authorize. We have filed an application. Once they come, they will be activated up here as well. If you wanted the money to go to your Stripe, or if you wanted the money to go to your PayPal, etc., you will see a drop down up here, and you say withdraw. It will create, let's say I say withdraw. Well, yeah, the minimum balance is 100 to be able to withdraw, let's say. So if I had $100, if I press withdraw, it will give me an extra link. what that tells me is I need to decide how much money. Let's say I have $1,000 and I only want to take $900 out, because I know there's a subscription pending which is coming. So I can just type in 900 and process it. If it's a PayPal, Stripe, it will happen instantly. But if you're wanting to take it out on a bank account, it takes 1 business day. Unless it's a weekend, then it doesn't count the weekend, because it's not on us, it's the banks who get it delayed. If you wanted to add money into the shop, absolutely, you can add credit. You can type the amount, add credit. It will take you to the Stripe checkout where you can enter your card, and we don't store any card details. Apart from your banking details, we don't store anything. And those banking details are only for sending you money. We cannot take anything out of it. So that does that. And then if you wanted to check what your credit or debit is, or both, and from the key research, and you can pretty much research everything to the last 1 cent. You can even pay your membership whenever that, if you are there, if it's subscription membership, through that. You can use the money up here to do that, or you can load the money. This wallet comes in handy for multiple purposes, not just as a seller, but also as a buyer. I'll show you that part, but this is where you make most of it. This is a SEO, which is a complete thing given to you. Meta tags. Now, I don't know if you guys know about meta tags or how it works. If you don't, I would say that study about them. Do not use standard tags, because there's a chance you will screw your shop up and do anything right. Meta tags is something which helps you trend on Google on organic basis. So if you don't know how to use that, hire a company which does SEOs and they can do it for you, or use Google Translator, or use Google Trend is another thing, and do your search and then create your meta tags. Or if you want a quick and cheap way, you can definitely hire someone from Fiverr. But be rest assured, if you are hiring, do a research that they are doing white links, not black links, because otherwise the keywords I'm throwing up, so just please note down, white links are that you don't want black links. But if you spend a little bit of time on Google keywords and Google Trends, it will tell you what's trending. It's tell you what the keywords are, and you can use that. That is exactly what I do for my drop shipping, and that's how I make money. Every day, I do it every day for an hour. I just go see the trends and change it accordingly, depending on what product it is. URL rewriting. Now, let's say tomorrow you've changed the name of your product, or redesigned your product, or done something. Rather than loading a whole product or something, you change a little bit of your product. You come over here, you can change the name and change everything up here, and it will change for you. So you can change your old link to a new link, and that creates a link. Or you can create a custom link if you want. If you wanted the link to be on your name, then that's what you do. Pretty simple. This is very powerful if you do it right, because it will help you grow organically within Google. We have an approval from Google as well as Facebook for our search engines optimization. So that's why any changes you do will quickly reflect on Google compared to everywhere else. Now, coming back to another section, now just because you're in Zanara, you're not only a seller, there are a couple of other things you can be, and this is how a sales strategy works as well. So let's say you're a customer, which is basically a buyer. You click on that and you become a buyer. Again, it's the same credit section. You can see if you made an orders, it will tell you what your orders are. If you're waiting for an orders, it will tell you your pending orders and reward points. Now, as a buyer, when you buy something on Zanara, you get Zanara points. That is something we give away. If you have accumulated enough Zanara points, that can convert into currency value, which you can use to buy products within the store, within the platform. The way that works is, let's say someone uses points to buy products. We take those points back from them and we pay you the money. So it's an automatic transaction. It takes money from our wallet and it gives it to you, and we collect the point back. You don't have to pay anything. It's not that you're getting points. You don't have to worry about that. Any returns I process, anything calculation, it's straight on my dashboard. As a buyer, I can see. I can download my receipts as a buyer if I wanted to. I can do cancellation request and return request. Pretty simple. My offers is, you know how I was telling you, you can create special offers. If I had something in my whitelist, if I throw an offer, it will come up here, but it will also give me a notification up here as well on a message. So all the offers any shop is throwing of my whitelist, I can get it up here. Reward points is basically the rewards I'm earning. Every reward I've earned, what I've done with that as a user, it shows up here. But this is how we turn everyone into a seller. Share and earn. As a user, if I click this, and this, I'm not sure if it's going to work on the sandbox. If I click this and I click, yeah, it doesn't, because it's not using a sandbox. If I do that, what happens is it creates a link, it posts it on it takes it to Facebook. I can edit anything I want to write and press it. It shares the link of the whole shop. Now, once I've shared, any of my friends or anyone who has seen the link, clicks on the links and buys anything on Zanara, I get points. They do get the points, but I get points for selling as well. So that is how I can accumulate points and buy things for free on Zanara if I want to do. That is not a reseller system. That is not an affiliate, because I'm going to come down to you. There is a system for that as well. If I want to message you, any shop owners, or if I've got any message from the shop owner, it's all sets up here. That's saying all these notifications also trigger, and you do get an email notification that this has happened. From a vendor point of view, from a shopper point of view, it does all that. But you can do that. My credit, again, is my credit, is the money I have. I can load it, I can use it, I can withdraw it. I can do pretty much whatever I want. Wish list is where I can build categories and folders. Hey, I want a wish list of organic products. It's up here. If I like some shops, I can select the shops. When I like those shops will start showing up here, my favorite shops. I can even save searches. So when I search something, it gives me an option to save. And if I save, all those searches will be here, just making my life easy as a customer, that I don't want to go again and again and search the same thing. I know where I'm buying from. These are simple, my details as a customer, and you can do that. Now, one of the biggest things we have done is when we were going up there, I realized that the three things which makes me more money as a dropshipper. The first thing is I can turn all my products into a dropshipping product, which the system does. The second thing is if I have a lot and lots of sales rep. In 10 weeks, we have had a new subscription of 1.8 million consumers on this website. And we are aiming to reach it about 5 million by the end of the year. So we are expanding, growing. So what we did was when we activated that share and earn, we turned all those 108 million into our sales rep. If they wanted to, they can earn points. If they choose to, they can do that. If they don't choose to that's fine. But over the last 2 weeks, it has increased to 416% of revenue. Just click and share, and I can only tell you only 2% of those 108 million are using it right now. If more and more start using it, it will start growing more and more. That means more sales for you, basically. What you can also do is become an advertiser. Now, this is where the whole marketing aspect takes place. So you all, I'm sure all of you have run campaigns on Facebook, and you've run campaigns on Google to try and get more and more consumers to your shop and sell your products. If you spend $20 on Facebook, that's $20 on Facebook. If you send $20 on Google, that's $20 from Google. But what we have done is, as I said before, we have had an agreement. We have integrated it with Google as well as Facebook. And now we have approved advertising part for them. So when you advertise on Zanara, you basically advertise in all the three platforms, Zanara, Facebook, as well as Google through our channels. What you can also do is you can pair. As I said, these all are advertisements. The system works in 2 days. These all advertisements. If you wanted your own banner, you can purchase it for a month. It will advertise up here. When it advertises up here, it also creates a general link, and we start advertising on Facebook and as well as other places. You can list your product onto the top products. Now, this is a bit different, because what system does it, it will create the top 10 products which are naturally on high, and it will always load them. But on top of that, at the back end, we can add few more naturally selling products on top, and we can add them as well. Now, these products which are on the top, they get refreshed every week on weekly basis. If more and more sales is happening on a daily basis, then it will generate on a daily basis. But there's a target limit of what's the criteria for it to be a top, and it does that. But you can actually buy this section up here, and we can create more and more bigger section. Same, if you wanted your shop to be featured on the front, these are the shop which are making the most. Now, this is dummy, so this is actually not right in the dummy system, but these are the, I know this one and this one are the two shops which are actually making lots of money on Zanara right now, because they're the top two sellers on Zanara. And they by default feature up here. But if you wanted to have a direct link to your shop as well, we can set that up. We have a blog writing team which writes blogs for us, and they can do that, and those blogs can be presented up here for a cost. The blog writing team writes the blog by searching SEOs and Google Trend keywords, and use those keywords to describe your product, and then they create a blog in regards to your product and sell it up here. So everything up you see is basically you can buy, but that means that doesn't mean that we'll remove everything else. The top performing will by default come up, irrelevant of what happens. It's just that it gives you an extra feature, extra link to get advertise. Now, the way you promote is basically you just go see. If you're promoting something, you can see on your promotion page, will tell you all the things you're promoting. Wanted to add a promotion, you just simply press add a promotion. And I'm hoping, yeah, the minimum balance you do need is a $20, because that's what Facebook does, because of the affiliate, the connection link. The Google, you can pretty much start with $1, but that's at the minimum, and the minimum balance is all you're targeting. It's your campaign. It's not the ad, it's the campaign. You can use that $20 on multiple different ways. Different promotion charges will come up listing up here. I said this is server, this is not running live, so this might not show up. And any credit you have then goes back to your credit. It's the same credit part. You can do that. You can update your credentials. Anything you buy, it starts showing up here. The first thing you'll see is when you join, you will see a credit, subscription credit for 3 months. So don't panic. That is something we will do at the back end to make sure if you join, you get. I'm going to come back to you guys. Ask me any questions.
Everyone, any questions?
It's Jane here. I don't have a question. All I can say is, wow.
Thank you.
I'll have lots of questions later on. I'm hugely impressed.
Thank you. Thank you. Just on that, Jane, I forgot to tell you, I teach dropshipping to a lot of people. So in regards to that, we have decided one more thing. Anyone who comes in through the link we are about to create for Muriel, what we plan to do is we plan to run a session of webinars. Now, these are private webinars, but most probably a Zoom class session. We haven't figured out how we do. But what we plan to do is we will actually teach you how to look for keywords. We will actually teach you how to look for current trends. We will actually teach you how to sell. Now,
wow.
I sell two different I have two different Shopify shops, and I make around, let's say I make 6-figure incomes on each of them. And we will teach you all those tricks for you to be able to make money, because it's very simple. Unless you make money, I don't make any money.
Correct. So, Sama, are you saying that, so I've got a Shopify already up. It's not published or anything. So are you saying that we should have Shopify and Zanara, or?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that that is your choice, whether you want to sell your products in 10 different platforms or where. What I'm saying is, from Zanara perspective, I will teach you every skill you need to become, if you're doing a drop shipping business, or even if you're a sales business, I will teach you every single nooks and trips on how I make money. And I make
Wow.
money on multiple different platforms doing multiple different things. And you can do that.
Awesome.
I'll teach you the free softwares you can go pick. And this only, but this whole thing which you're about to do is only because Muriel has been bugging me for a while. And we decided that anyone who comes in, they need to get the best support. And that's what she actually, I won't say she requested, she pretty much told me, you got to do this somewhere at the end of this day.
I know. She's a little terrier, isn't she? A little French terrier.
So excuse me,
Thank you.
Samar.
Yes.
So the actual products you've
Sorry, you break. I can't.
down.
Sorry, can you repeat? I lost you for
our
10
shop?
seconds. Sorry, I lost you for 10 seconds.
Sorry. Okay. You have a list of a product that we download and add into our store, or where are we getting the products from?
No.
It's the same products. It's your products, Veronica. It's the products that we are choosing that we will put there.
So you have your, multiple things. So one thing is you have your own products. You can sell your own products. You can do your own sale. But I'll also show you how to find products which are actually selling, which are actually making a hell lot of money. Who would have thought backpack, a simple backpack, would be high in demand during a COVID time when no one is traveling? But if you look at backpack and you look at a research on Analytical View, it's the highest selling item in California. I'm like, why? And I've already sold 3,000 pieces, and I went live. I started selling it in around 4 p.m. today. Like, why are you buying backpacks? Like, it makes no sense to me.
They want to get out of the city.
Yeah. Whatever the thing is, they are doing that, and it's actually selling. So that is one thing you do. Any other questions? So I'm going to teach you all that. Yes, Anne. And your mic is off, so I can't hear you.
Okay. How long? Sorry.
Hello?
You ask your question first, Veronica.
I was just going to go, roughly how long is it going to take us to set one of these sites up, especially when we have no skill to do that?
Oh, you mean this shop?
Yes.
1 hour maximum. How many products do you have?
Oh, they've got, it depends. Everybody's got between, I would say 20, because I've chosen some more. So they've got between 20 to maybe 50, 60 at the max.
Yeah. So let's say a couple of hours, not long. It takes realistically 5 minutes to set your own shop up.
Yes.
And then if you have all the information ready, then it doesn't take long to load the products up. So I can load.
Especially we do it from Obsado. I've got someone in the company. His name is called Rolly. I actually have 2 people that can help the elites. And we take, for the moment, we've only taken them from Obsado. And otherwise, it's products that people already have or are already selling. So it's going to be very easy to download. It's not going to be complicated.
Yeah, that's good. Now, saying that, Muriel also asked me to do something extra, which I went ahead and I did. I do run, as I said, I do a lot of this thing at the back. So there's another thing we could bringing up. If you ever decide, now that thing you can't sell up here because that's not organic product. Those products are different. But if you ever wanted to sell perfumes online, which are authentic branded perfumes, they are coming. And you will, they would be like 20 to 30% off comparatively to whatever price you get in the shops in Sydney. So there's a lot of money to be made if you are keen to make, but you got to learn and study. As I said, I will be running 6. It's a 6 session. I've so far divided the 6 sessions series on Zoom. Once we have all set and go, you can always join. And yes, you don't have to be a part of Zanara if you're not, but I would prefer that you are, so that I can tell you nooks and crooks on how to use Zanara, as well as anything else you want to do to grow business. Making money in today's life is very easy if you just know the right thing.
No, we're all coming, Samar. We're all coming because I mean it's got everything anyway. So
Yeah.
we're all going to come and
Now I know Anne has been patiently waiting, and I need that wine glass. But you go ahead and ask me that question.
My wine glass is empty now.
Ah, man.
Okay, a couple of questions. One of my shops, I don't know what I'm going to have in my other shops, but one of my shops is actually, I'm getting product from a importer here in Australia. So it's to start off with, I will be buying so it's not going to be drop shipping. And my products will be close to $1,000. So it's not like it's going to be multiple little tiny dollar value. So initially I will place the order with her for 1 or 2 or whatever. So I don't need to have that listing of stock control within the system, do I?
Yeah, then don't use it. Simple.
Okay, great. So that means I don't have to do the drop shipping part for that part of it. But
As I said, it's your choice. Whatever you want to do in the system is entirely up to you. You set it up in your shop.
Okay. So the other thing I was wanting, you were talking about a wish list, but if I've got like one of our products, I know, for example, we've got 400 units in Australia. Once it's sold out, it could potentially take 6 weeks before we can get more into the country. Can I create a wait list?
Okay, you can't create a wait list, but what happens is on the system, and if I put it as a top on my wish list, let's say as a customer, it by default creates the wait list. So whenever you load that product active, whenever you do that, it will trigger a notification to me, hey, the product you've been looking for is back on sale. You want to buy? Go ahead. So anything I do that wish list on my end is also like a wait list.
Okay, great. Now the other question, because you're talking about you're putting the price in there in US dollars. How I'm trying to think about this is we need to sell it at a certain price or above a certain price in Australian dollars.
Yep.
And of course the dollars go up and down every day against the US. So if I was putting a US dollar in there, it's really going to muck up how I'm selling it here in Australia. So I can't convert it to Australian dollars?
There's no hard way, easy way to do that, but there is a way to do that. So the way I would suggest is, once you have loaded it onto the system into the US dollar, go to the front and turn your currency into, and I'll show you how.
Okay.
So let's say I was a seller. Actually, I could have just shown it up here. Actually, I'm going to show you easy way. So let's say you do need to load it into US dollar, but there's always a cheating way you can do. If I change that currency into Australian, what it does is it actually turns everything on my end to Australian dollars. Now, if this is not the price you're looking for,
problem with your microphone, Samar. Sometimes it just goes really kind of
Static.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Can now, yeah.
Yeah. So you can always go and readjust the pricing at the back. Once you set the pricing up, doesn't matter how the currency fluctuates because it's a live trigger. So it captures the live currency rate.
Perfect.
And it changes. And you will always get the price you have set.
Okay, that's great. And the other question I had there, so that's fine. I'm just looking at my notes. Wait list. Okay, so if I wanted to create more than one shop, so that would be fees for each shop, wouldn't it?
That is correct.
Yeah, okay. And then from there, you're taking a basic or the next level up or the next level up from there, whatever it is.
That is correct.
Okay. I know I've got another question, but I can't remember what it was. That's okay.
You were going to ask me if I wanted some wine.
Well, you're a bit far away. But no, it looks good.
Oh, I'm sure he will be coming and visiting us at some point.
I've got lots of wine at my place.
You guys all in Queensland?
Yes.
Oh, except for Jane.
No,
Okay.
no.
But Jane is going to come anyway. Jane is going to come up as well anyway. Don't worry, Samar. At some point, we will do something even with Tammy and all that. It will happen eventually.
So what happens is we are waiting for the lockdowns because I'm in Sydney. We're waiting for the lockdowns and all to go. And once that is done, we do plan to organize a big get together for everyone to come, meet each other. Apparently, we're supposed to launch our business the old-fashioned way, but we haven't because we haven't even physically met. anyone. So everything I'm doing it on Zoom right now, but that's the aim. We will. There's a lot of marketing and things as well. A couple of things will happen once you shop. The other a couple of things that happens in regards to marketing is, apart from teaching and training you, as I said, when you create those product videos, send us those product videos because we will be using them for marketing. But what we also do is we actually using Tammy. Tammy will connect with all of you, and she will sit down with you and interview all of you about your shop, your products, your dreams. That is one way or one route we are taking, where we will use those interviews to market you more and more. Right? Because apparently, no matter what you sell, you are your business. So if you can market you, your business sells as well. Another thing that happens is me or my team will get in touch with you to review your current marketing strategy, if you have any in place or if you choose to. We sit down with you and we discuss your marketing strategy. We go have a look at your social media platforms, see if they all set up properly and all. And then we help you good points and tips how you can fix those if there's an issue, or improve your marketing strategy so that you can market in social media. And we do that keeping in mind that what your goal for your business is for the next 12 months. And most common thing which I hear, my goal is to make more money. That is not a goal. So you got to understand what you want from your business, and then the team also. What we're trying to do is we're trying to give as many tools, as much education, as many things possible to you guys for you to go and make a mark or a difference.
Awesome.
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 That's awesome. Thank you, Samar. This is absolutely, each time it gets better and better too, by the way. So it's absolutely awesome.
Yes, Anne.
I just realised where my other question was.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, no, I was just thinking, I realised another question. If I have to restrict my sales to one country, can I do that?
To some extent, yes, you can. It is a little tricky because I'll have to get involved in that, but yeah, you can.
I'm just not sure with some of my products whether I can sell them outside of Australia, New Zealand, or whether I can actually.
Can you give me a hint
of what I've got?
Any product which you think you can't sell outside?
Oh well, it's more the authority from the manufacturer, because they have distributors in other countries.
Oh, okay. If that's the case, then there is no law which is prohibiting you. Okay. The law in distribution basically means that what they're telling you is that you can only distribute within Australia if they are, which means that you can only sell if someone is buying in bulk or if some local shop owner is buying. But if you are selling through your website online, then anyone from anywhere can come and buy that product, and there's no restriction on online. There's no law or there's no country I know of which has a law which restricts you in that sense.
Perfect. That sounds good. Because I was hoping I might be able to sell it overseas if I could get away with it.
You can sell it. There's no one. Oh, too much. Sorry if I just saw the messages and I saw someone said they're overwhelmed. I'm so sorry if you are. As I said, there's too much to take in up here. But as I said, we're going to make life easy for each and every one of you, slow and steady on your pace.
No, if you have any more questions, I'm enjoying it.
Oh, and there's no problems, Veronica, because we have two people that are going to help you to do that. So you don't even have to do it. Like for you, you won't have to worry. We will just tell you, we want the pictures, we want this, we want that. And you won't even have to worry about anything. It will be all done for you by my team or by Samar's team. So you can just relax and drink wine like Anne-Marie. That's all you have to do.
But you got
anyone has said that. No. Don't anyone has said that.
I try to set the example.
You're raising the bar high. No more waters. It's all wine now.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, because I don't want to.
There, Jane. Jane is already. There. Everyone is coming out now.
I'm just open with it.
All right.
So, Samar, there's a lot more elites. Not everyone is here tonight. There's at least the double, if not more, that exist in the group, plus some others as well coming. So, but I've recorded it, so I will share it on the elites group.
No worries.
We might need to do another. If
I'm
they get
I'm
quick-
available anytime. I'm
Yeah.
available.
Yeah.
I'm gonna most probably talk to Muriel tomorrow, and we'll launch that link. Then
Yeah.
she can share that link, and if you guys decide to join, do join it. Now, because that link gives you a 3-month credit, just bear with me that as soon as you register, someone at the back end will have to preset your shop for that 3 months credit. So that takes up to 24 hours. So you will get a notification as soon as it's done.
And we are already on our side with the products as well, or almost anyway. So it's very good timing, plus the stars, plus everything. We couldn't do better than what it is now. It's just, yeah, it's awesome.
Sounds good. Sounds
Thank you.
absolutely.
And then what we will do is we'll get all the questions that the elites have, if they do have questions, or if we have questions even with Rolly and all that. And then we will organize the questions. And in that case, if there is quite a few, then we might do another meeting with you. So then we can just be crystal clear. Or otherwise, I will just, shoot the
No
question.
problem. And also all these, as I said, all the training videos which are being shot right now, all those trainings videos will be available. But in regards to Zenaria only, anything else, when Muriel shares a link, within that link, you will have other access of, if you wanted to study about drop shipping, if you wanted to study how to source a product, how to do marketing, how to do what tools to use, you will get all those data.
Thank you so much, Samar.
No
Thank
worries.
you for all that. Thank you so much.
You guys have a good night.
Wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you for your time. Talk to you very soon.
See you.
Thank you.
Bye.